welcome to week 7 of Winter Healing Circle. Today with February 10th, this is the week of Valentine's Day. So today I want to take this moment to talk about how this relate with our winter season. Valentine's Day, well, some of it take it as kind of a commercial fanfare, and some take that as something quite romantic and between lovers. But I find this precious connection with our winter season, because you see, actually, who do you need to love first and most? It's you, right? So this act of self-love is really about receiving. And this is such a quality of winter time. If we just observe nature, as I always love to encourage you to do, this is what the plants are doing. Mostly, this is the time for winter. The focus is receiving, taking in, right? And really don't need to apologize for it, right? To be unapologetically just receiving. There's no guilt, no shame to just take care of yourself. This is the essence that we need to learn from winter time. It's this Valentine's Day approach. And you ask yourself, have I been kind to myself? Have I really answered my own needs in here? So this is winter wisdom that I love to talk to you about today. You know, so often we focus on, okay, so we talk about self-love, and we talk about, you know, what it is that we do to practice self-care, right? And maybe sometimes there are things that are more, yes, maybe superficial. You say, you know, I go for a massage, I go for manicure, pedicure, I take time out for myself, I do something for me. Yet, I also invite you to go a step beyond the physical doing, the actions that you are taking, which are important, you know, but there is also another aspect of taking care of yourself that goes beyond simple actions that you take to pamper yourself. And that's really have to do with, first and foremost, a mindset, and also kind of an attitude shift. Whether you put yourself first, whether you consider yourself. I remember last year I shared in a post that, you know, I felt like somebody wasn't, kind of made me feel like I was so secondary, or I felt like my needs were so ignored. But that was actually such an opportunity, almost an aha for me, to learn about myself, that actually in my own daily life, I don't have the habit of putting myself first. I am so conditioned to put other people's first, whether it's their physical needs, their emotional needs. I just scrape aside what's best and most needed for myself in order for me to take care of them. But actually, when you think about it sometimes, is that really asked of me? Or is that coming out of fear that I'll be rejected if I don't please this person? Do I have a habit of putting others first because I am scared that they won't like me if I don't do all these things that pleases them? This is a big introspection question that you need to do for yourself. And as we talk about self-love, self-acceptance, and setting this boundaries. So when we come to the heart center, I always love to relate to the chakras that is above and below, because we're all connected, right? And I feel that the heart needs protection, it needs boundaries, it needs our courage and confidence to say no, to set up the boundaries from the solar plexus, to have that confidence to say, okay, I need to put my hand up and say no. And from my throat chakra to have that courage to express, this is my need, this is my real desire, my real needs, and I will speak my truth from my authentic truth from here. And so this is how your heart get protected. It's by setting boundaries. So I invite you to really come into this week in thinking about this whole self-love concept. How do you practice it? Is it just giving yourself time? Is it taking care of your needs from inside out? And how are you setting your boundaries? Because sometimes there are no's that needs to be said to people, and there are yes to yourself that you need to say. And this is my invitation for you to practice it a lot this week. Think about it. Connect with this heart center as we are talking about love and receiving. You see, as this is the best reminder for you as you open your arm to receive. Actually, you have two sides. There is a receiving side and there's a giving side. So we need to balance it out always, that it's not just give and give and give and give, then you're going to get lopsided and so disharmonized, and feeling exhausted and used and not setting boundaries for yourself. But if you just keep taking and taking and taking from others, it's also not a balance for you, because you have so much to give as well. So this intricate balance of giving and receiving is just like when we give a hug, we have to take a hug back in, right? So this heart center really needs our attention, not only from the outside of, buying nice things for ourselves, treating ourselves for with some nice physical things, but it's also really stepping in with that heart-aligned space, that you act from a true and authentic way. And you would know, if you listen to it, that there are so many times that you wanted to say no, but you've said yes because you didn't want to disappoint others, or you have said you're afraid to say a no or receive something when there are compliments coming to you and you just kind of don't really want to take it and you shy away and you kind of push it back. Well, those are moments when you really need to practice this. Am I openly receiving and giving in a perfectly balanced and harmonious way? So this is my share with you this week as you welcome Valentine's. Think about you as your Valentine's. The first and foremost, love that you give and receive. As I always say, you have everything within, so don't go looking for love outside. You have it all within you. So let's jump into our practice today, which is really this magnetic center of your heart. Do you know that actually your heart sends out a magnetic field 10 times stronger than your brain? So it's a really powerful thing when we say, "Ooh, I can sense, I can feel that person." Well, your heart center is a super radio station that you need to tune into. So let's jump into the practice.